Howdy and welcome back to another episode of Malenia's Arsenal. And this one, we're finally getting around to colossal weapons for the first time. I'm gonna let you know, not a big fan of them, but we'll try it. It is the Fallingstar Beast Jaw. Poor little guy. Part of a Fallingstar Beast's jaw, hard and shining black, fashioned into a weapon. With its sharp point, this colossal weapon can skewer foes. So, this, I believe, is the only piercing. Okay, this one has Pierce on it, but it's the only pure Pierce Colossal weapon. If you're curious about what I think about Colossal weapons for Malenia, I think your R2 is probably your best bet for most of the time. Or jump attacks. Both of these do really good stance damage. We are going to be running the Dragon Crest, Great Shield Talisman, Axe Talisman, Claw, and Ritual Sword Talisman. For the spec, I went 60-50, which is the very standard that I always do, but then I went 52-52-50 on intelligence. Don't know how I feel about that. The intelligence boost is practically non-existent. You would probably be better off getting 20 int and then putting the rest back into strength and dex again, but let's try it. So, I didn't go over the R1s and stuff, but they're pretty standard. They are actually the standard Colossal Sword moveset, or Colossal Weapon moveset. Your R2 is really effective for if she's going to do her triple slash, I find. Just going to kick here. I typically use it as, it's your check button for if she's going to be doing things. Except right there, I was too slow about it. Oh well. Let's try and learn. Also, it has a weapon art that's unique called Gravity Bolt. Forces Malenia to dodge, but also does 700 damage. Sheesh. We're good to hit R1 a couple times here. Okay, I've got my timing all wrong on that, apparently. That's too bad. We'll do a charged R2 real quick, try it out. I mean, 1500 damage is not insignificant, that's for sure. Let's heal back to full. Colossal weapons tend to have a very reactive playstyle against her. Let's roll early and get a charged R2. The magic damage on this is so negligible that you're probably better off not actually worrying about it. I think you can do... No, you can't. Okay. That's too bad. She did that one again. Okay. I forgot anyway that when I last made my cloud save, I had my rune arc active. No wonder it felt like I had so much HP. But, these take a lot of practice, I think, to fight Malenia with. And actually, since it's Pierce, instead of this, why don't we try out the Spear Talisman? It's a really significant bonus if you can use it. I don't know. I don't really like the moveset very much. My big issue is the third attack is your slowest. You don't get a fourth, which means you can't really use it. You can't use 1, 2 as checks. You have to do 1 delay 2 on her and how you're swinging. Or you have to mix between R1 and R2, which is just not how I play. You have to be proactive on that right there. Sad. That hit me. Right here we can hit R1. And we were a little... We hit R1 twice, which meant that we didn't actually get the punish. But if you hit R1 and stance breaker there, you actually do have time to recover and get a stance break hit critical. You can get a charged R2 after that. I think you'll be able to tell the flow pretty quickly for this weapon. It's a good weapon, I'm sure. Like, the damage is massive on it, right? I mean, that was good, right? Yeah, that's the issue with using R1 and R2 like that. It costs so much stamina. Even at 50 endurance, like, I just don't have the stamina for it. Stance break? Not yet. Sad. Ooh, those are not good hits you want to be taking. I rolled so early. Let's go. That very well could have been a stance break there, honestly. We'll just never get to know. Okay. We're gonna fall back. Yep. And we're gonna heal here, actually. I rolled a little bit early on that. We'll try a jump attack, see what kind of damage it does. 900 is nothing to scoff at, honestly. Like, when you're hitting 8 to 900 damage per swing, that is saying that you'll kill Malenia's phase 1, assuming you don't trade any blows, which I know I do, but... Oh, that hit me? That's sad. Assuming you don't trade against Malenia, 1,000 damage a hit, 900 damage a hit means you take her down to phase 2 in, like, 20 hits. We're gonna actually go in on this, yeah. I was way too slow on that roll. We'll punish. We didn't actually have the punish window there, because we fully charged. And right now, we are losing a war of attrition. I'm trading blows that aren't winning me any advantage, and I'm not getting a stance break off of it either. Which means I need to be smarter about my choices for hitting her. We approach. We actually do a running R2, why not, right? That was also a bad time to hit that button. She dodged to the side, we hit her. Alright, and we get to phase 2. It was not very pretty, but we did it. And phase 2, I don't know. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. I got stuck on her floating model. We can, however, go for a charged R2 at the start, huh? See how much damage it does. 1800, I mean, that is significant to say the least. Oh, jeez. Dude, this thing takes forever to recover. We're gonna heal here. Shouldn't have. But we got the second heal timed correctly that it was effectively a traded blow. She just got health back for it. Which is not very pretty, but better than taking a massive hit. No, you don't. It's like once she's in phase 2 like this, I can't go in anymore because I'm just out of stamina, but as you can see, you just start hitting R2 a lot. Especially once she's actually like... Oh, I'm holding the wrong weapon. Yep, you don't actually have to roll that third one. And by rolling the third one, I got hit because the fourth one is timed that if you get hit by the third, you get hit by the fourth, I'm pretty sure. Overall, this weapon will do the job. I really must say, truthfully, actually let's respec real quick. Let's check our damage difference if we just go to 20 int, right? Because that's right now 30 levels that I could put somewhere else. So if we look, I should always do these stats last, honestly. So 60, 50. Then let's go to 20 here, right? You're getting like 1 damage at a time. We'll go to 52, 52. We'll see how much damage we've lost. We've lost 60 damage. But now we can go like 60, 60. We're already 4 damage away and we still got like... Yeah, like we are still gaining significant damage from each. I know that only says 17 more damage, but now it's not split damage. So, we're actually looking at probably a significant damage increase, honestly. I don't think I actually got any counter hits with thrust attacks. I think another option you have is you could always Shard of Alexander her and build around that. It's really expensive to use 13 at a time. So you probably want at least the talisman that reduces it. You probably don't want the Ash of War Scarab. Those scarabs are typically just bad, honestly. I think they are. I know I used it in the Reduvia episode a little bit, but as you saw by the end, it wasn't necessary. So now, we'll probably have, honestly, very similar damage. Yeah, so now we have over 1,000 damage on that. R2. Before charge attack. 1,600 now, so that's like 10 to 15% more damage. I just didn't dodge that correctly at all. I have been so sloppy with that dodge specifically, huh? Recently. I haven't landed it, like, at all. It's really impressive. I think at that spacing I actually could have gotten a proper hit on her there with the roll attack. Alright, you chase her here? She probably wants to do waterfowl, honestly. And we need stamina if she's going to do waterfowl. Alright, let's heal back to full. See, I'm getting into this habit again, where I'm trying to make the most use out of Lloyd's Sword Ring. And it costs me a lot. Oh my god, dude. Did you see that? Like, I hit her with an R2, and the recovery time from the R2... 1 second. Repositioning here. Gave her enough time to still wind up waterfowl. It's a... This is my issue with really slow weapons, right? You basically lock yourself out of a lot of really important dodges just by choosing to use these weapons if you're trying to push aggression. Whereas, again, so I'm hitting 1,000 damage, right? On an R2. Oh boy. That's like... If I'm using straight swords, I get that much damage off of 2 to 3 R1s. But I can find the spacing about 10 times easier, right? So my question is, why use this instead, you know? When it's just not as safe. I know I'm sounding a little upset right now. I'm not really. I'm just kind of throwing this out, what's on my mind, in terms of, like... And you could say stance damage, right? But it's like... Part of the thing about Malenia is how her stance is different from almost every other boss. Because she uses hyper armor. Which basically just ignores if you break her armor, right? Like right there, if I had broken her armor, she just said no to it. And she instantly started recovering instead. We're gonna fall back here. And you can see, like, it can be really hard to make proper trades. And one thing I guess I'm trying to show, ooh, we still weren't far enough away, huh? I just didn't roll a second, my bad. Maybe if I had been in light roll, I could have gotten out of that, you know? Overall, I think, I don't know, it's tough to say, right? Because, like, you get to slightly, look at this, so this is, you wouldn't even think it's that much faster, and it isn't too much. But one thing you have is the weapon swing as well, right? This is purely overhead, and you only get 3. That's why I try to use the R2 so much. It's a sweep. And this is kind of a sweep, but it's not the same. So, like, there's a lot to work with in terms of, like, I think it's a very different weapon type than I'm used to. And I think it requires a very different and very active style of play that I'm not used to. I think I could... Nope. But it did let me go under it, at least. We hit R1 here. Stop her from doing anything after the kick. We're going to walk up in R2. Our range is actually massive, honestly. We're going to not charge, but we are going to hit R2 here. The actual charge time is just a little bit too long to get a fully charged R2 on her there. Alright, she's falling back, but she's not quite in water power range, I don't think. 1, 2. Yep. Oh, that hit me. That's sad. Honestly, looking at the difference in damage, by the way, we're going from 990 to like 10 something against her with Ritual Sword. So I think you might have better options outside of that. Either survival base or you could run the... Yeah. Is this far enough away? No, it's not. I think I could run and then roll right at the end there, possibly. To dodge that. We can get an R2 here, though. We chase on this, honestly, because if we can force a poise break here, we are really in an advantageous spot. However, she is choosing to do things that give her super armor. And again, this is like... It makes it easier to get poise breaks on lighter weapons because of this sort of thing, right? We're actually gaining almost exactly 100 damage. That was actually a flawless dodge. That felt really good. Nope. Actually, did you see that? I was at 1,500 damage on that counter hit. That was massive. Thanks to the Spear Talisman. Can I do this? I mean, kind of. It's a minor trade for advantage. I mean, like, we finally got it, right? The stance break. It only took most of our active phase 1 fight. I don't think she can actually dodge this in time, right? It's homed in on her. So you do have that advantage, right? And maybe that's something you need to push more with this weapon. You know, it might actually be. Because, like, right now I'm just safe and I can... Okay, hold on. I'm getting some ideas. This would work, like, amazingly at the start of the phase, huh? If I could keep doing it. Alright. Nope. We're gonna hit R1 twice as well. We're gonna hit R1 again. I'll take it. Even though that was a little rough. We didn't get the repost. Oh, I deserve to die for that, but I didn't. I kept trying to two-hand my shield, and I just kept not two-handing my shield. Oh, that was weird. Go around, do a running R2 for that. She might kick here, maybe. I could have hit R1 there. Typically, I think it's very hard to hit R1 against her, though, with this sort of weapon. I forgot. That was my bad. I knew better that she can do a jump after that. Alright, now we are on the back foot, and she is just walking at me. I hate that. Okay, good. Remember, she likes to do the jump. You can get an uncharged R2 against her there. Can't necessarily guarantee it'll be a charged, but... Alright, and then we just hit R1. Yep. Good, good, good. So now we are in an advantage spot, and if I had more FP, you could probably take her down a ton with this. I waited way too long to use that, but that's okay. We'll go for a jump attack. R2. Roll it, you hit R1. If you hit R2 there, she hits you with that. Honestly, she does. I was gonna say we're probably getting a stance break here, honestly. I'm not actually gonna charge an R2 because if she chooses to hyper armor, then we just lose there, right? No jump, okay. That's a really good jump for her to do for us. And then I think we win off this, right? Nope. Why would we? That's okay. There we go. Okay. I mean, like, I know I sounded extra complainy this time, but I think I needed to force myself to learn, and I really didn't want to, because this weapon is janky to me. But by the end there, I picked up a lot. Especially for Phase 2, it's not as bad. I think if you're going to use a Colossal weapon, I think this one might... This was going to sound silly knowing how complainy I sounded. This might end up being one of the better ones, and for 2 reasons. The weapon art's amazing, and I didn't utilize it enough on this build, honestly. I think a better build for this would be no Axe Talisman, and you run Shard of Alexander, and probably 30 Mind or so. You take off these 2, and you spec more like this, right? This is your spec for this weapon. And you make use of Gravity Bolt. And we're going to go fight Moog still, but let's go ahead and try that different build, right? Because honestly, the extra damage was significant, but we could go to like 30 Mind. We'll go 30 here. I know that's really low. Give me a second, let me cook. 20 here. We'll go 60-60, right? You'll see how much damage we're giving up. It's not going to be too much. It's going to be probably about 50, right? Not even. Okay, we're giving up 22 damage. And we have over double the FP. And we should probably still be medium rolling, right? No, we're not. Oh. Okay, so what takes us to medium load then? So I didn't quite think this through properly. But I also think Ritual Sword Talisman doesn't do us much good. So we can run this instead, right? And we'll be fine, maybe? Yeah, okay, perfect. We'll also pop this for the Moog fight, just because we can. And there we go. I think this will probably be... Even though this is for... not for Malenia, I still think this will be a better setup. And then, of course, we want this. On the tier list, I think this goes... I died like, what, 4 or 5 times? Probably C tier, but I think I was utilizing it wrong. I think if I played more properly, I run Gravity Bolt and ran this. So we're talking 10 FP per use, 20 uses, each one doing probably about 900 damage, as much damage as the actual R1s were doing and stuff. And you can keep up better pressure. She can't really combat it. I think we're talking about a much better and stronger build. Like Moog, probably gonna throw blood, yeah. But let's try this out. How much damage? 800? That is significant. Nope, I'm getting hit by that. Dude, you know, is there any time that he doesn't lead with that in his fight? Am I crazy for noticing that? I swear it's one of the first things he always does against me. I got it, man. I was already hitting R1. There was nothing I could do, dude. Dude, holy cow. I had tried to roll there. Dude, this thing's R2s are so slow. I think one thing about Moog is that his tracking is really good against you, right? I'll take this trade any day. Yeah, that was a huge trade in my advantage, I think. Oh, that hits you still? Dude, you're lame. I don't like that. Go ahead. Oh, that landed in such a weird arc that I got hit 3 times by it. Ouch. Now he's probably gonna... yeah. Ouch, dude. We're actually just gonna... we're gonna heal this off, and then we're gonna roll it, because I don't trust it, honestly. I can't see. We just roll, I guess. Where did he go? The actual casting speed on this is also pretty good, honestly. And, again, it homes in, so, like, it can't whiff on Malenia, really. I know I'm fighting Moog right now. I also can't really whiff on Moog. Alright. Let's do it R2, but maybe don't charge it, because I don't feel safe. We should run towards, not away. As you can see, he's really good at closing that gap. But that's okay. Yeah, I think the weapon art is where this weapon's at. Like, I let myself get hit by the actual hitbox instead of the ground on it, instead of the floor version. Again. Oh, I gotta be very careful to not bleed now. I'm letting myself get, like, covered in blood. Oh wow, that even hits him there. Bleed? No bleed. We're good. I just had a feeling that's what he wanted to do. You gotta be so careful about following up, especially with a slow weapon like this, right? Here you can get a charged R2, I think. We have to run through the blood, but I'll take it. You can get a normal R2 here at least. Even still, that almost hit me. That's crazy. Also, another thing to note, this thing costs like no stamina to use for the weapon art either. Which I think is important. There are a lot of weapon arts that cost a ton of stamina. I'm getting a lot better at dodging that, by the way. Which is good. Oh, huge. We win. Nice. Okay. I think I was utilizing it wrong, and I think this is a lot better spec for it. If you're going to be level 150 or so you have 50 fewer levels, I would probably tone everything down just a little bit, and instead of running Erdtree's Favor 2, I would run the Great Jar Arsenal, and probably drop myself down to... this is 16. You're probably fine going to something that's, I mean, honestly, Gideon's armor, right? Like, how strong is it? So you lose 7% defense. But I don't even think you need this for... yeah, like, you're so much lighter, though. So you swap to Gideon's, and you run that in here. Let me... why don't I do this real quick? This one's very important to me, because this weapon feels so jank for me to use. So let's try this. This would be the spec that you want. This is the armor you want. You lose about 7% defense. And how do we get you to level 160, 150? So, I still think you need 60 vigor. I think 30 mind is a very good amount. It puts you at 198, and if this costs 10, then that's fine. I think, let's start with going to 50 on both of these. And you still go 20 int. You don't need above 20 int. And what level are we at? So we're at 161, so we've already used too many levels. Let's go 40-40. And then let's say level 160. 29 with 76 carry weight. Let's go 161 just because of that, right? So you give up... oh, right, and then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the rest in the faith just Just so we can gauge everything, right? Does this give you medium load, first of all? Yes, it does. So this is probably my spec for level 160, 161, I guess. Ignoring the 64 faith, 60, 30, 30, 40, 40, 20. And this is off of Rich. And I think that would give you basically the same results. You got to think she has about 50% more health, and she has like 20% better resistances in max NG. So I think this would be a good build, as is. And this is with Radahn's rune. I think it's the best. Anyway, I've gone really rambly on this weapon because I think I had a lot to learn from it, and I think I have a lot of improvements for how I need to build this weapon type. Thank you for watching, though. If you like the video, please do like the video. It helps me a lot. Leave a comment if you'd like to choose another weapon, maybe a colossal weapon if you want to see me suffer. Make sure you stay hydrated. That's what I just did there. And then subscribe if you haven't already. I would, again, love to grow this channel, and I'd love to grow it with you guys and kind of learn more about you and, really build a community. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oops, I did that wrong. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.